Hey there, it's Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan. We're taking a look at a 2006 Mitsubishi Delica. This one here is the Active Field Edition, all in black. Has a gasoline engine. You can get these with a gasoline or diesel. This one here is a 3-liter gasoline. Both of them are really great engines. I think the diesels are a little bit more, I know the diesels are a little bit more expensive than the gasolines, but you can get a decent van with low mileage for a decent amount of money if you go for the gasoline ones, and you get a little bit more power out of the gasoline ones as well. Here you can see 69,114 kilometers on the odometer at the time that we speak. We'll shut the engine off for the rest of this review. Now, this car was bought from auction in Japan for export over to Canada, where the Delica is a fairly popular import, but you're not seeing a ton of them on the road. They used to be a little bit more popular than they are now, just because they used to be kind of a newer import, and now they're more of a classic vehicle. But I think all around the world, including Canada, these Delicas have become, they've matured well, and they look good as a classic vehicle. So this one here, it looks like our brake master cylinder has at some point been changed. The engine oil was checked and it was A-okay. It's not bright and clean like it was just changed, but it wasn't too long ago, maybe a few thousand kilometers or so. And then the coolant, Delicas, you can't really check the coolant very well because there happens to be a hood right where you need to look inside. It looked and smelled okay from what I could see. Might want to have put a turkey baster in there to pull it out to see what it actually looks like when it lands. You know, these vehicles bought from auction in Japan, they are a wholesale purchase, so when they come and land in, you're going to need to do a few things in cleaning them up. But for the most part, this one looks all right. It has a few areas of body damage. Let's lower the hood here. But the interior is fairly clean. The exterior, other than those two areas, is pretty okay. We'll look now at the auction inspection sheet here. So this one comes from 2006. It's a Spacegear Active Field Edition SE Crystal Light Roof. The roof of this thing is amazing. If you haven't seen it, you're going to have to skip forward. Make sure you skip back to watch the whole video though. Auction grade 4, interior B is pretty high grade for the age, 69,085 kilometers, automatic transmission with sunroof. It's actually 5 sunroofs. Alloy wheels, power steering, power windows, and airbag. It's an original black. It hasn't been repainted. And then the sales points are alloy wheels, fog lamps, and mud guards. Fog lamps on this one? Ah, okay. Now these little ones down below. This one here is almost the final version of the Delica, so it has the most modern looking of all the front ends. Okay, what else do we have? The auction reporter said there are medium scratches on the front, rock chips on the windshield, and then AU3 here and here, which is a large scratch and a large dented area, as well as a medium scratch and dent here and here. They also say interior dirty and wear, trim cigarette burn hole. I'll point that out. Underside has some surface rust. It should be mild, and various scratches and dents. Okay. So with that information and with some of the pictures from the auction, you get to choose if this is the one you want to bid on. You get to choose how much you want to bid. And then if you win it, you can bring it to me, and I will take a look at it before it gets shipped off to Canada, which has a vessel every month. So you're looking at about 3 to 5 weeks between purchase and landing. And then it needs to be registered there. There are a few steps. You can talk to our sales reps about what is required for that. Okay, this one came with a set of tires without spare wheels. Of course, these are your tires if you want to put them onto the car, but if you don't want to, we just toss them out. The mud flaps. Pretty cool looking, must say. Okay, and spin around here. We're actually going to go onto the Mini Mount Fuji here. That's actually what it's called, Kawawa Fuji, as in the Kawawa's version of Fuji.
Want to see us having fun in Japan? Go check out our new channel. Link in the description.
Yeah, this one is the regular body. There is a longer body. They tend to be pretty rare. You only get an extra 10 centimeters and no change in the wheelbase. From up here, you can see this one has the spoiler on the top and the crystal light roof. And I did play around with the crystal light roof. It has some sunshades on it that are electronic. They tend to be a bit of a problem area. They get bunchy or stuck over the years. This one works completely fine. And so good to see that. Okay, so now let's take a look at damages. We're first going to be looking for those A2 scratches that they were talking about. And so far, I'm not really seeing anything. Inside of the fog light says deteriorated. You can see the chrome is peeled off a little bit at the bottom there. Same thing goes on this one over here. Here's our scratches. So it looks like this corner has taken a little bit of a hit. We also have a few mild scratches here and there, but the vehicle is quite old. Not quite 25 years old, but close to it. Your H has taken a little bit of damage. Your M as well, from the Mitsubishi on the front. And really, there's not a ton to worry about for these vehicles. I would say rust is probably the biggest one that you have to worry about, but this one seems to be okay. I will take a look at the underside when we get down to it. Side panels here. Both doors, sliding door, looking all right. We got some scratches around the door handle there. Coming back here, though, this is our first AU3. In this area, you can see it's taken a hit here. That has been pushed in. There's a scuff down there. Here, this area is dented. It is a fairly large area of damage. If it gets cleaned up, you can make it look better. The only way to really fix it is to do some panel repair there. But as far as panel repairs go, I would consider this one pretty easy. Looks like the back bumper's been repainted at some time. The back hatch is in fine condition, no signs of any rust. No signs of deterioration at the window here. That's another thing that Delicas get, and sometimes some delamination of the rear window. This one does pop out, by the way. So the two front windows you can open up, this rear one you can pop out. And then the sunroof, front one is a pop out one, and the crystal light roof doesn't open at all. Okay, so we should on this side, let me just go check that auction sheet again. I wanted to make sure I got that AU2 in the back. So that was AU3, AU2 is on the back of that corner, okay. So, AU2 on the back bumper, I believe that would be this section here. Bumpers are a little bit hard to get dents in them because they tend to pop right back. That's the way that they work. Maybe a little bit of damage in this area here, some scratches and whatnot. Not too bad. And the black, I'm liking it. The black does look like a solid black, looks really good for the Delica. A few minor scratches there, not so bad. It is very dirty, and so pardon me, you can see all of the water lines coming down. And then here's your other before we go to that, we should have an AU2 on this back area, and I'm not seeing it. So, yeah. No, that's just the regular body line. Okay, so I'd say that that's pretty good. Nice little win there. It didn't actually have that AU2 that we thought it did. A few scratches around here, a big damage here, this area, and this area. I'll hit it from a few different sides so that you can see it. You can know the condition of the car. That is very important. We are going to hide nothing from you. I mean, you chose the car, you bought it from auction. We're just documenting the condition here. Okay? And the rest of it, looking up here, we're looking good. There is a little bit of a peeling section of the gasket here for the windshield. This has popped out because it has shrunk. Okay, now let's have a look at the interior. We'll start off with the back. And the interior, there are a few different versions of it. This is the captain's chair version. Okay, so these back seats, you can't move forward or backward. They are stuck in this position. It gives you a decent amount of space back here. If you need more space, of course, you can flip these seats up to the sides. They clip on to the handles here. Okay? You can push these ones flat and still close the trunk, though. You have to take the headrests out to do that. And so it can be like a kid's sleeping area in here if you needed it to be. And it can be quite fun and, adventurous for the kids to do during camping. You get a flashlight here and a cigarette lighter adapter power socket. Okay, here's a quick look at this, the sunroofs, the crystal light roof, those 4 panels, as well as one up there for the driver and the driver's friend, best friends. I'm digging the protection bar on the back and on the sides. This one here comes out. Have a look at this. When you open the door, it becomes a standing platform. You can turn that on or off if you don't want to have it work like that. Okay, now only one power sliding door. This is This is a Delica from the time before dual sliding doors were really a thing. I mean, they did have them on some vehicles, but they were fairly rare. You can get this version of the Delica with them, but it's very, very hard to find. Okay, so these seats, yeah, of course, you can move these forward and backward. Let me just put that so it matches the other one. I am picky that way. Look at this. There's a little pouch here so that you can stick this in so that it's not just dangling there. There you go. Ta-da! Okay, these seats can also rotate to face backwards. And so if you want to have a hangout location or you want to go on a road trip and speak face-to-face with people in the back, you can do that. You can see there is a button there for that. There's a switch here to flip this up. So if you need even more cargo space, you can flip this up and push the whole seat right up against these ones here. I'm seeing a little bit of damage here with these. These are footrests. And I guess they're there to put your feet on. The clips for them, they're missing the handles on both of them, it looks like. Okay. Here you can see a nice big fluorescent light. It looks like there's a crack in the lens. This light has three different settings. You can do white, half white, or quarter white, or you can do orange, half orange, or quarter orange. I'm not sure why Mitsubishi wanted to do that, but they did. Car's off, so I can't do this. But yeah, these covers all electronically retract. Back seats looking all right. Condition is good. Couple of cup holders there, and then armrests as well. As many as you need. Controls for the AC in the back. You can choose AC or heat. You can set the temperature in Celsius, which is fine for Canada because we do use Celsius. Canada's a little bit of a mixed bag. We're supposed to use all the metric system, but we don't. We use like feet and centimeters and kilometers. We use everything except for Fahrenheit, and that's because it's too difficult for us. Close the door. And into the front seat. And you sit up nice and high on this one, even though I wouldn't really consider it a full cab over, because the engine is in front of where you sit. Nice big door cards, fake wood trim on the handle here, and power windows, power folding mirrors, and here's your cigarette burn right there. You probably do something to cover that up, I think. Now the inside doesn't smell like cigarettes, even though we know it's been smoked in. There we go. And a quick look at the seats. These seats are a little bit prone to pilling. You'll be able to see a little bit of that on this seat here, where it's gone a bit saggy here, and there's some pilling there. The seat still feels completely comfortable while you're driving it, and so that's a nice plus. Steering wheel here is the combination steering wheel, is what they call it here in Japan. The half wood and half leather, and it's in magnificent condition. 70,000 kilometers is very low mileage, and so that's good to see. Quick look at the gauge set there, the auto step switch. What's this? I don't know. It's sort of like an old car's choke. Kind of weird. Headlight levelizer if you're pulling a trailer or have heavy stuff in the back. And that's a Revolution 6. Cool. This usually has cup holders that come out, but this one doesn't have the cup holders in it. That's kind of weird. Usually push this and some flimsy cup holder thing comes out, but not the case in this one. Place for coins, which nobody uses anymore. That's a box for the tolls, for Japanese toll roads. Okay, shifter here. Airbag and airbag, just two of them in this one. And then here's your sun shades, open and close for all four at the same time in the back, or the one at the front. Is a sliding one, it looks like. Excellent. Okay, this has deteriorated a little bit. I've seen that a ton of times on these Delicas. I've probably shot over 100 of these Delicas by now, so this is second nature to me. It is still a cool vehicle, and I think compared to the earlier version, the Star Wagon, this is the more comfortable one to live with at all times. And of course, lifting it up is popular. There are kits here in Japan for lifting them, and you can find some of them at auction that are lifted. There is kind of like a monster truck Delica scene here, which is pretty cool. Maybe not so many people in it anymore because it is older, but It has been a thing. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. If you are interested in importing something from Japan, check out Pacific Coast Auto. There's a link to that in the description of this video. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and have a nice day.